And by the way, the FBI's in here watching right now as we speak.
So guys, your boy Deadpool Z06 back with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about my guy Omi in the Hellcat and what really went down with him and what we can be looking forward to as far as him, man. Y'all stay tuned and we about to get into it. Peace.
So basically, I'm gonna walk you guys through the entire process. What's up, DDE's in here? Through the entire process, and hopefully nobody goes to jail. Hopefully, like all my peoples, I'm able to, take my time as a man. So for people thinking that I sell drugs, I don't sell drugs whatsoever. I don't sell drugs. You can pretty much Google me who I was before Omi and the Hellcat, which is Omi's always been my real name. Like but my alias. I was Target in 1080p. I was an app developer for Cody. An app developer who got hacked early on. Yeah, it was pretty much IPTV and taxes and shit, and pretty much hiring the wrong CPA. This is very important to you guys too. Make sure that your taxes are paid for. One thing they're trying to hit me with tax evasion, and I never really evaded taxes. By law, I have up to 3 years to claim my taxes, and I felt like the CPA who was working on my taxes wasn't doing a good job, so I went to hire a better counsel, and they were supposed to wait until the year was over, and they didn't. You know what I mean, bro? When I tell you they took everything, they took every SD card, every camera, every television in my houses. Um, they took every car. I sold my bus. I sold a lot of things too before this happened. I didn't know that this was the outcome of this shit. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. Uh, IPTV is a great area. It's the Copyright Acts hasn't been updated since the 1960s, and I hit a fucking gray area and exploited it, and they just didn't like it. I made a ton of money, but at the same time, a lot of the money I made super legit, and the hosting services, all that shit was legit. You know what I mean? The hosting services was all legit. No, no, this ain't no clickbait, motherfucker. This ain't no. Hey, I've never, I've never. Yeah, they took all my Hellcats. Yo, they took pretty much every car. Um,
You left your bike.
no. Uh,
Pedal bike.
oh, they left me my pedal bikes. Um, one thing. Holy shit, this is harder than what I thought. No, I'm not in DR. I'm actually in Philly. I'm in a friend's house. They had to lend me a phone because I didn't have a phone. They basically seized millions of dollars out of all my accounts. They took all the cash that I had laying around. They took all my jewelry. They took all my kids' things. They took Xboxes. They took computers, laptops, cell phones. They didn't even leave fucking drones. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even leave drones. But like I said, it was something important I told you guys a long time ago. You got to be humble in victory and humble in defeat. And I'm gonna do a couple years off of this. I know I'm gonna go to jail for a few years, but I'm gonna take the rap for all my guys because and hopefully this ain't fake. This is not fake. This is 100% real.
So we've all heard about Homie in the Hellcat and what happened with him being indicted on tax evasion charges and also I think copyright infringement or pirating movies and live streams or whatever. It's kind of crazy, man. Because this guy was basically a made man. I mean, he's already rich or whatever. He just found a loophole in the system, you know. He talked about taking up responsibility for what he did, and you know, he's not gonna blame anyone but himself. He's gonna do the time if he has to do the time. You know, I can respect that. You know, there's no point in taking other guys down with you. Everybody being in jail for something that was basically, you know, your operation or whatever. You know, he was on his live stream, and one thing that struck me was when he said he thought about getting on live and just blowing his brains out. You know, when we look at someone like this with this type of money, living this type of lifestyle, you never understand, you know, the things that goes on in someone's head when something like this goes down. And like even before this, he talked about depression and being depressed and things like that, even with having millions and millions of dollars. You know, when you come into this YouTube life, you never know what can happen. You know, so he said he's probably been under investigation for maybe the last 2 years. Man, I guess that's what they told him. Me, I mean, it's kind of hard for me to believe that. You know, he's been real big on YouTube for maybe the last 4 months, and all of a sudden now he's getting an indictment handed down. You know, that's kind of crazy to me. You know, I just think they seen a guy. He's getting all this money, buying all these expensive cars and buying these properties, and you know, they just wanted to find out what was going on, where he was getting the money from, what he was doing to be able to afford these type of things, and they went knocking and they found something, you know. So it's a very unfortunate situation. Like I said, man, he's one of my favorite YouTubers, man, and you know, I hope that he can pull through this, which I'm pretty sure he probably will. He's a pretty smart guy. And one thing to understand, guys, is, I mean, just because someone makes a mistake doesn't make you a bad person because you make a mistake. I mean, everyone's made mistakes, and sometimes the mistakes you make may have different consequences, you know. You may get jail time, you may get a slap on the wrist, you may not get nothing, you know, you may not ever get caught. But I mean, that's just the risk of doing something, you know, that possibly could land you in jail or have any other different type of circumstance with it, you know. He's been one of my inspirations for YouTube, along with guys like Tall Guy, Mr. Organic, Demonology, you know, guys like that, Mod the Fame. I may be missing a few, but you know, guys that, I mean, kind of look like me, you know, as far as, you know, ethnicity and things like that. So, I mean, I hope you pull through this, man, and keep your head up. I mean, it's a crazy setback for a major comeback, you know. Yeah, you gotta be able to take the good with the bad, you know. Everything ain't gonna always be peaches and cream, especially when it comes to you put your life in the light, you know, as far as being a YouTuber, everything will be criticized, you know. You know, you'll get praise, you get criticism. You have those haters out there that are, you know, happy when something like this happens. You got guys that, I mean, throwing parades right now, but you throwing parades on another guy's downfall, and I mean, you don't have shit yourself, so, I mean, it's just kind of crazy to me. You know, I would never do anything like that. I'm trying to make it big as a YouTuber myself, you know. So I would never pray that type of downfall on anybody, you know. But I mean, just the risk that you take when you do anything, you know. I mean, as far as dealing with the government, anytime dealing with the feds, you know, or anything as far as screaming and anything like that, you know, it's kind of crazy. As far as with the tax evasion and things like that, you know, there've been guys who guys like Fat Joe, I think Ron Eyes, guys like that, who went to prison for their taxes not being done, and you know they had a tax person in charge of their taxes, you know. But I mean, they don't give a damn. You know, the only thing they want to know is, did the taxes get paid? They don't care who was in charge. They don't care about none of that. You know, the only thing they care about is, has it been done? So, you know, when you get to that point, you're that big. You know, even if you do hire somebody to be in charge of your finances and your taxes and things like that, you probably want to make sure you stay on top of it. I mean, if something's getting paid, you need to make sure you get receipts on whatever, to make sure all this up to date because I mean, you don't want to lose everything over something someone else didn't do because they took your money, ran off with your money, and bought things with your money. They buying $100,000 cars and $2 million houses, and now you sitting in prison. You know, it's just a crazy ass situation. You know, but I mean, like I said, he's a pretty positive guy. You know, I think with all the love and all the support that he's getting from people from YouTube, you know, even though there's a lot of haters out there just happy on this, you know, happy and they pray for his downfall or whatever, or they on some aha, I seen you, aha, they got you type shit. But I mean, that's on the weak-minded individuals. I mean, someone like that, you should look at that as inspiration to go out and get your own money. You should look at that as what not to do, what to avoid. Use it as a learning lesson for yourself, so you can never be in that type of predicament. But you know, the haters gonna hate. I mean, it's just part of it. Anytime you put your life out there in the private light, in a public light, that's what happens. You know. So yeah, guys, I'm sitting here in my garage, man. Yes, waiting on that call from LMR, man, to get my car back. Can't wait to throw these wells on the car. Garage it's kind of junky right now, so probably don't need to be showing all of it. But yeah, waiting on those guys so I can get my car back. Yeah, we're gonna make it do what it do, man. So you know, those are my thoughts on the whole Omi situation, man. And I mean, it's a crazy situation, but you know, I think he will pull through it or whatever. And you know, ultimately, I think he'll be good. So yeah, those are my thoughts on that, guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys on the next video. Peace.